It's the NFL on EA Sports. And coming up, we'll see the electric Kyler Murray. He's coming off a nice week throwing the ball. 4 touchdown throws. It's the Raiders and the Chargers coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Today it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the LA Chargers. Hi, everybody. Brandon Gordon alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we take a look at this Charger club entering play here. They come in 0-3 and in desperate need of a win.
And as a team, you start to feel a little bit snake bit. They need something good to happen right now so they know it's not just them. They think they have the makings of a good team. On the other side of the field for the visiting Raiders, they've got to be pleased with the start to this season. Obviously, a perfect 3-0. 3 good quality wins, too. It's got people in the locker room excited. They're thinking that this could be their year. 3-0 versus 0-3. Will current form hold? We'll find out as we're off in week 4. And he returns this to the 22. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. Bringing them out, the former Tar Heel, second-year pro, Sam Howell. And it's funny how we always talk about how analytics are starting to creep into the game. One analytic that's been there for a long time, teams that start 0-3, usually don't make the playoffs. So we know one quarterback today that's determined to end that slide right now. It's not impossible, but this is a must-win for him and his team. A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. All right, check in on the numbers last week for Robinson. 11 carries, 53 yards. It's a very nice winning streak that they're on, and they've really seen this offense come into its own as a unit. And one of the keys is that the ground game has been established, and it's keeping the defense honest near the line of scrimmage. Sometimes that leads to huge games for him. Other times, he plays a complementary role to someone else. But however it's getting done, they're winning week after week.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. That is caught, and he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree. Remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Second down, Howell now. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he'll get it down here to the 43. That one a first down pickup of 8. They'll run this one right with Robinson. Oh, he faked it with a joke. Now he's got some room. There's Robinson's touchdown. He's Young Robinson. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chargers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. And that CD, one heck of a run. He just refused to go down.
And that's where determination comes in, because he had at least a couple of guys had really good shots at him, but he just said, I don't think so. Speed, power, elusiveness, on display right there. It's like you probably back in your salad days in Evansville.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. It's a foot race. Fighting his way through contact. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Well, there you go. They gave up a score to start the game, and as quick as they could get it back, they did on the return. And people talk about this all the time, whether you're coaching it, whether you're trying to work on it, whether you're just trying to put in the as fast as you can after giving up a score. No quicker way.
return.
And now the Raiders actually going to line up here to go for two. They'll send one of those two tight ends in motion. Now a toss going left. And he'll get in. And they take an 8-7 lead. Well, they got down 7-zip. They said, we'll go for two, one up you, and they take the lead.
How about that for a little risk-reward, right? If you don't get it, you're only down a point. Let's go ahead and make a statement in this ball game, and that's exactly what they did.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
2nd and 10. Well, this defense for the Raiders, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct. Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him up to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. 4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It's taken to the 26. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And it'll be Raiders football 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the number 1 overall pick in the 2019 draft from Oklahoma. It's Kyler Murray.
And he's been playing at an elite level here in this early half of the season. Tops in the league in touchdown passes at this point. This is definitely a wide-open offense, so we'll see if he can keep his string of good games going right here.
A pass there over the middle to start things out. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. But you talk about the defense for these Chargers. Against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
And those are the kind of plays that this unit needs to make because they know that going against a team of this magnitude and the way that they're playing, them get on a roll early, chip away their timing.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Murray and company going for it on 4th. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. To throw is Murray. And Lazard's got it again. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Taking a glance here at the numbers last week for Algier. 11 carries, 86 yards, and a touchdown. Second quarter now, and it's Las Vegas with the football as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. Fournette running right. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for a Las Vegas first down. On the give, it's Algier. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. The Raiders hit 3-0 here in the month of September. And they've got to be pleased with the start of this season, obviously.
Yeah, and you're talking about 3 good quality wins. It's got people in the locker room excited, not overly so, but that quiet confidence is starting to build. They're starting to believe that this could be their year if they stay on track.
18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Throwing now is Murray. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Rashee Rice, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to extend their lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
It appears they're going to throw for it with Murray. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
First down, how to throw. Throw out wide is incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on first down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who could make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Kyler Fackrell coming in for that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting...
And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. Here's Jordan Stout now. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
On 1st and 10, it's Algier. Sheds off the tackle, and he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. It's another first down as they bite off 23 more on that one. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter, 14-7. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. He'll find his rookie tight end, Sam Laporta. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Murray now on first down. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. This big Trey Flowers getting in there that time for the sack. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now Murray. That's complete to Lazard. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 25 yards there on the catch and run. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Now it's 2nd and 10. Here's Murray. Incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Touchdown Raiders! Rashee Rice in the final seconds of the first half. And the Raiders will extend their lead here just before halftime. And this drive, Charles, very well timed as they score with very little time remaining in this first half.
I'm reminded that they get the second half kickoff as well, so they can break this one wide open before the other guys have a chance to possess the football.
Josh McDaniels, he's got faith in his offense, and he's going to have him go for 2. A final shot before half for Murray. Rolling to his right. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a...
All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. So here are the Raiders now to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. First down, they'll start with Algier. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Play fake. Murray. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. First down, Murray. To the right, and Skoranek is there. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it'll be second down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. A shotgun give to Fournette. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Well, ball caught. It's Rice. And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now.
And now the red flag out on the field. We'll have a challenge forthcoming.
Previous play is under review.
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. On play action, it's Murray. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. There for the sack, B.J. Hill. Well, remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with the tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the 1st down as he's tackled at the 1. Fournette will score. Touchdown, Raiders.
Sometimes offensive can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Josh McDaniels, he's got faith in his offense, and he's going to have him go for 2. They'll look to throw. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
On 1st down, Howell. He finds his target. It's Schultz. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And that'll bring up second down.
He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
Back to throw, Howell.
Caught out left side by Robinson. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up fourth down.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Fielded just inside the 30. The strong running. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
Third quarter now from SoFi Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 10. On the give, Algier headed left. And he'll push ahead for about 3 to the 36.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Flush to his right. That is caught. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. It's the Raiders with a lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4. Play action. Now it's Murray. This is Lazard with a catch out left. And he's brought down. 10 more for him on that one. He's been a busy man. It's a first down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 11 more on that one, and another first down. Murray now. That is caught by Laporta. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They'll give to Algier out of the gun. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Tyler Algier taking it in from 14 yards out. And the Raiders are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead. Sometimes a group that gets overlooked, certainly, the offensive line. Right there, they really helped with that score.
Didn't they tell us in our meeting that when we score touchdowns running the ball, that means the offensive line actually scored first by moving people back beyond the end zone? We saw evidence of that on that play.
And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively, you're in the fourth quarter here. You've held a team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
Howell's throw complete into the hands of Schultz here. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. The Chargers on third. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll run for it with Robinson. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. Murray now on 1st down. Letting one go deep for the end zone.
Struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A big play that time on the catch and run. And the Raiders are going to get a new set of downs. To throw is Murray. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. In Skoranek from 3 yards out. And the Raiders start to open this lead even wider here in the 4th.
When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession.
And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
Howell throwing on 1st down here. He's got his 6'5 receiver. That's Tim Patrick. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
Howell down to throw it. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner.
And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score.
Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack, and they fail on the try for 2.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot.
No.
Okay.
And the LA offense ready for this next possession.
And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
And Howe will throw it.
He'll get this one to Patrick. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and out will come the offense as they take over.
The Raiders now set to get the football back. I'm just wondering, do they want to add on to this gigantic lead? My guess, given how they like to play and how explosive this offense is, Charles, that they're not content being up by this margin. They probably want more.
And if they do go and get more, oh, look out. At that point, let's just aim the camera for the post-game handshake because that one might be a little bit on the tense side, the way that this one is turning out.
So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here. First, going to look to throw this thing.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. He wasn't really big on that. He was big on going ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it.
And, oh, that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
Howell's throw taken in here by Patrick.
And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Now 2nd and 3. Now Howell.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Howell trying to pick it up on 3rd. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Another throw for Howell.
And a dump off here to Robinson. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and do it one run.
We saw him shed a nice tackle on that play.
That one a first down pickup of 8. Howell out of the shotgun.
Side complete. That's Robinson. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders.
And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but second, third, and fourth quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you're going to win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter.